I will start out this review by confessing that this Sentro did not last very long. Welcome to Yarn Checker. I'm Sophronia. It was a little under 2 weeks ago. As a matter of fact, to be exact, it was 12 days ago that I put up a video. It was an unboxing video of this 22 needle Sentro knitting machine. And I just want to say that it is a toy. It even says it right on the box that it is a toy. It's not, I guess we're not supposed to take it seriously as a real knitting machine. However, I guess I had overly high expectations because I also have a 40 needle and a 48 needle knitting machine. And both of those also, I believe, are marketed to be toys, but they truly function as legit machines. From both, I have made lots of projects. I've made lots of beautiful things, and I've used them like they were real as opposed to being toys, and they've been fine. So because this machine actually is a Sentro, it actually has the name Sentro on it, unlike the last Sentro that I ordered that when I received it had a different name. This little machine actually said Sentro, and so I felt good about that. And I was anticipating doing a lot with this machine. Now, when I first got it, I tested it out. I used the yarn that came with the machine. It came with this inexpensive, I want to say it's like probably a kind of thinnish 4-ply, size 4 weight yarn. And I used that just to test to see. And for the most part, the machine did work. It did what it was supposed to do. I was able to crank out a pink tube, and I also cranked out a brown tube. And at that time, I did notice some sticking with the machine. I wish I could show you, but I don't really think I have footage of that. But it would stick. It was always when it got to about the same 3 or 4 needles, it was sticking in that one spot. But what I did was I just kept turning it. I kind of forced it a little bit, and I was able to, crank through the sticking and continue working on the project. Another thing I noticed is that sticking did not occur at all when the machine had no yarn and I was just turning it with no yarn. But of course, it's a knitting machine, right? You need yarn. Yarn is what you use in order to make something. So right after that unboxing, I kind of set the machine off to the side. And this morning I was thinking about it. I wanted to test it again. I decided to test it again and make a decision as to whether or not to return it before before the return period expired. Like I said previously, I had made exactly 2 projects. I'd made that little pink hat. It was a double-sided hat. So it was probably, I know it was no more than 100 stitches. It was probably around 80 stitches. And then I made that single layered hat in the tan. And if I'm remembering correctly, that was around 40 stitches. So today when I used the machine, I just did a couple of samples. I wasn't recording because I was actually doing this during my kids' homeschool time. But I made one sample. It was probably around 30 stitches long. And I made a second sample, same size, because I had something in mind that I was going to do. But then when I tried to use the machine a third time, it just completely failed on me. I'm going to show you some footage now where this is not what I did this morning, but this is just me showing you now with some yarn what happens when I try using this machine. As you can see, after just a bit of cranking, the arm keeps turning, but the needles, the needle bed or whatever you call that, that just stops. It just completely stops. And the weird thing about that is it happens when I crank the machine, I guess it's clockwise, but when I turn it counterclockwise, it doesn't happen. I'm able to keep going round after round, turning the handle counterclockwise, and I don't have any problems. But of course, you do need to be able to turn the handle clockwise in order for the machine to work properly. So that's what I've got. Like I said, the item, this little toy, lasted almost 2 weeks. So I just wanted to warn you, before, if you haven't already purchased this, just wanted to give you a heads up about what happened to me. What I think I'm going to do is, because I like the idea of having a 22 needle knitting machine. I really do. I already have some just ideas that have popped in my head that I want to turn into items. And so I am pretty sure that I'm going to return this. And when I'm able to, I'm going to get the Addy Express, because I've never owned an Addy, but I've read and seen good things about that brand. And so this third time around, trying to use a toy, like, an actual machine, it didn't work out for me. But yeah, I'm hoping that I'll have more success with the Addy. If you own the Addy Express, could you let me know if you think that it's worth it for the price? Because honestly, price is why I asked Santa to get me this machine instead. But of course, paying for something that doesn't work is a waste of money. So please let me know in the comments below if you think that the Addy Express is a good machine. Do you own this particular 22 needle knitting machine, or knitting toy, I guess? There's lots of these out there, lots of different brands. But I'm wondering if you own this particular one, did you or have you experienced the same problem? Or another question that I have is, do you know of a 22 needle machine? Do you own one? Even if they say it's a toy, do you have one that does work? One that doesn't act like the gears are stripped after just maybe 4 or 5 uses? If you could please let me know down in the comments section, that would be much appreciated. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.